guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna do another stretching video from me to you. I don't have my tripod, so doing the best with what we got. I came to the gym today to actually film something, so bear with me if the camera is a little bit off. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna do probably about 10-15 minutes of stretching. If you want to follow along, I'll kind of talk you through it. This is kind of my own routine that I'm just gonna kind of flow through, make up as I go today. So might be a little sloppy, or I might just be going from one movement to the next, and then I'll kind of instruct as I do it. But enjoy. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with some cat cows to get my low back stretched out. So hands are directly underneath my shoulders, knees are directly underneath my hips, toes are pointed, so my ankles are flat on the ground, squeezing my belly button up, rounding out my spine, tucking my tailbone in, and then pushing my tailbone out, pushing my chest out, just to get some movement in my spine. Breathe out and breathe in. Okay, on all fours, opening up one arm towards the sky, kind of tilt the hip, look up, down, reach through, and rest down there for a second. Touching at your delt, your shoulder blade. Up again, reach, and down. One more time up. This time reach through. I'm going to send my hips back to my heels and get nice and low. Reach the other arm out in front of you and rest there for about 20 to 30 seconds. Take a few big deep breaths in through the nose and through the mouth. Come back up, all fours again, and then you're doing the other side. So their arm reaches up, big twist through the spine, down through one arm can stay bent. Your butt is staying up in the air, you're on your knees. Reach up, and then through. Last time. Just gonna go through and set your hips back to your heels. Reach the opposite arm out, both arms reaching in each direction. And take a few big deep breaths here. Try to fill your whole spine with the breath. Right, both arms forward into child's pose. So nice and wide with your legs. Hips towards the heels and just rest forward. You want to try to push your hands forward and then try to really push your hips towards your heels. So kind of try to force them down into your heels. Big breath, relax everything. Push your hands into the ground, you're trying to almost like contract your shoulder blades, push your hips back. Deep breath in, relax everything. One more time, push your hands into the ground. It's almost like your forearms are lifting, pushing away. Relax everything. Come on up. And sit on your knees if you can, nice and wide through the hips. One arm down to the ground, and then reach up and over. Other side. Jumping over. I know the lights up there aren't really doing you justice here. You can't really see the shine. And back. Just walk your hands forward. This time you're going to stay up high. Reach your hands forward as far as you can, keeping your chest up, peeled off the ground. Look forward. Big breath in, big breath out. Forward a little bit more. You're trying to go as far as you can, keeping that chest peeled off the ground. Slowly walk your hands back in. Reset. Roll the shoulders a few times. I'm going to do that one again. Come down. Walk your hands forward. Keep your chest peeled off the ground. Look forward. Just let your arms slide forward with keeping your chest and your head peeled off the ground. So stretching your shoulders, your chest, and your hips. And then back in. I'm just going to roll over into my back. You're still going to be able to see me here. Yeah. Okay. Lay right down. Pull your knees right in to your armpits. Legs are spread, pulling one hand on each knee. And then just rock side to side. You can do some circles with your hips here. Really get your hips stretching in that flex position. And then go other way with those circles. The other direction. Good. One leg straight out. Just let it rest on the ground. Pull the other knee into your chest. Take a breath or two here. We're going to cross that knee across the body. So your shoulders are still both on the ground. Arms are just going to go out to a T. So your one knee is across the body. The opposite arm is going to come up to 90 degrees, like you see me here. Keeping it at 90 degrees, you're going to come over. Twist, punch the ground on the one side, the arm, elbow is still at 90, and then come back, arm still at 90, elbow to the ground. Do that a few times, twist, down, punch the ground, and then back. So just mobilizing your low back, your mid back, and your shoulder. Do a few more of those. One more. Arm back, keep your leg twisted over top. Arm straight out to that T, and you're just going to do reach up as far as you can. Drag your wrist, elbow, and shoulder on the ground. And then just back down to that T. Reach up overhead. As far as you can, big reach, and then back down to that T. Okay, unwind. Pull your knees back into your chest. And let's do some circles again with them. And then we're going to twist to the other side. So the other leg is going to go out straight. Pull the other knee in. Just going to do some movement with it first. And then we're going to cross it over. Across the body. And kind of like hook your heel under your knee. Arms are out to a T. Just rest there for a few seconds. Maybe tighten the hips or the low back. I know it's kind of awkward to look at me in this angle, but it is what it is. And then the opposite arm again is going to bend to 90 degrees. So your wrist is up towards the sky. Up around, punch again, wrist or elbow still to 90. And then back again. Feel the shoulder off the ground, twist through the whole upper body, and then back. Arms straight out to the T again. That opposite arm is going to reach up overhead as far as you can over, dragging the fingers, wrist, shoulder, and elbow all on the ground, and then back down to a T. Palm is always facing up towards the sky. Up, big reach, 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 and back down to the T. Okay, unwind. Both legs flat out for a second. Just give them a little shake. Bend your knees so your heels are on the ground. And then from here, we're going to do angels. So arms are going to go bent out the elbow. Fingers are pointing up towards your head. So you're trying to push your wrist on the ground, your elbow, and your shoulder all on the ground on both sides. And then from here, dragging everything on the ground, reaching up overhead, touch your fingers together. And then back down again, dragging them down, bending at the elbow, and then right back up again. Up. And reach back down, try to relax your neck. Roll over to one side, and then come up to a seated position. So from here, I'm going to pull my heels into my butt as far as I can, and then from here, I'm just going to lift up my feet. So I'm kind of like in a V-sit position, but holding my knees in, and then just rock side to side, stretching my hips a little bit. Like a little twister. My shoulders are going one way, my knees are going the other way. Your feet on the ground, hands back behind you, and then knees both drop to one side, and over to the other side. Windshield wiper them. Both knees drop in together. Hold them there. You might feel on the outsides, your glutes, your hamstrings. Just take a big breath in, big breath out. Walk your feet closer together, so feet together. Let them butterfly out. Take a few big breaths there. You might feel this more in your hips, your inner hips. Feet back out, let them drop in. Switch again, feet together, knees drop out. Okay, back to windshield wipers, side to side again, one more time. Big stretch, try to push both knees towards the ground, and then when you come across, both knees are going towards the ground on each side. Sit up, pull your knees into your chest, kind of lean forward, rock forward, and then back up again. Heels towards the hips, lean forward, stretch out your low back, and back up. You're really trying to put pressure on those arms to pull yourself forward with the shins. One more. Butterfly, knees drop, or feet drop together, knees go wide, nice and high with the chest. And then just walk your hands forward. Big breath in, big breath out. Really pushing those knees towards the ground. Walk yourself back up. Pick a side. So go over to that one side a little bit. Same thing. You might feel a bit more of your low back. And back up to the center. Other side. Back up, forward one more time, chest out, walk your hands forward and then collapse down. Hands up, feet forward, just hinge over for a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Try to point your toes towards your face, really flex those feet, flex those ankles. Point your toes out. Flex your feet. And slowly roll up. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Just about 15 minutes, I think that was maybe, of some stretching. Good for your shoulders, your hips. More of a flex motion of the hips and your shoulders. Hope you enjoyed.